I'm just waiting for this to, okay, we started recording. Okay, welcome to our May 23rd Wednesday meeting. Tonight we're going to be covering Module 2, D1, Defining Your What Again. Remember that if you have any questions, you just go over to the little question area on the right of your screen. You guys can all be chatting with each other if you want to make fun of me or ask each other some questions, but you can see the little question mark. If you type something in there, I'll see that it's there, and I'll drag your question in or bring you up on with me so we can discuss it, because there have been a lot of questions from a lot of you. You responded. I appreciate you responding to the email that I sent out on where you're at. A lot of you are doing very well. A lot of you, it's kind of what we expected. Some people are just right on track. Some people are a little bit behind, and some people had a lot of personal stuff go on, and they're just now getting going. So wherever you're at, it doesn't really matter, but just know that we are here to help you any way that you need help. And just send us an email, and we'll get you up to speed. So our agenda for tonight, I'm going to try to keep it to 60 minutes like usual. I want to review our last meeting. I'll quickly go through that and see if there's any questions on that. We're going to get into Module 2, which is D1, Defining Your What. We're going to go through vision. We're going to go through what your vision board looks like. I'm going to show you my vision board in more detail. We're going to talk about vision cards, how to do the vision cards, what they are, what they're for, what they look like, what they can look like, that type of stuff. Then I have a special guest coming on for the last 15 minutes. And then hopefully we'll have a little bit of time for questions at the end. So the first thing I want to talk about, some kind of interesting happened yesterday. And I spent about an hour on the phone with Simon Sinek yesterday. And he knows my why. Okay, my why is to find a better way. So he and I periodically get together on the phone again to see where each other is at, and to kind of, he just wants to find out what I'm doing, because he knows that I'm spending a lot of time teaching, starting with why. And so I set up a call with him so that I could tell him what we're doing, because he hasn't really seen how we've been able to take what he does in Start With Why and actually create the processes, create the systems to be able to implement that into businesses. Simon's goal is to spread the message of the why. He doesn't want to help people actually implement it. He says, if I get into the implementation of the why, then that will sidetrack me from actually championing the message around the world. And so he speaks to large audiences all over the world pretty much every day. And the message is always about the why. And so that I was telling Simon, that same thing happened to me. I started talking about the why, but then the next question that people come up with, the next obvious question is, okay, great, I love it, I see it, I understand what you're talking about, I'm in, now what? What do we do? And he said, well, that's the same thing that has happened to him. But he doesn't really have a system to be able to help people implement that into their businesses. It's more of a talking about it, more of a conversation about the why. So he was really excited about what we've been able to do. Take the golden circle, expand it out to the business bullseye that I'm going to talk about here in just a minute, and then create the systems, create the forms, all the stuff that you guys have all gone through, to be able to implement that into your business. He was very excited about that. And so we're going to now be teaching them how to do that so that he'll be able to utilize that to help more people around the world. But why I'm telling you that is because you guys are all on the cutting edge. I mean, you are the innovators, you are the early adopters, you are the ones that are implementing stuff that nobody else around the country has done. Nobody else around the world. They know about the why. There's lots of people that have heard about the why, but nobody is implementing it like you all are. So it's just really exciting stuff, and you're going to be way ahead of any of the competitors in your area. You're just going to have it down to get your marketing message to the point where you can attract exactly who it is you want, because you're starting with why. So I wanted to just let you all know that I'm excited for you, and I'm proud of you, and I'm happy for you that you are part of a group that doesn't exist yet. You're the first ones to be able to do something like this, and Simon is all behind us, and I'm going to try to get him to come on to one of these calls. It's really tough because he's always all over the world, but I'm going to see if I can get that done. So anyways, it was a great call with him, and he and I will continue to stay in contact and continue to upgrade what we do and upgrade what he does, because he helps me and I help him. So it's a neat thing. So let's go through last meeting. This is what I was talking about. This is the business bullseye. This is what we took the golden circle and we expanded it so that you're able to implement it into a marketing system that you all are learning and use it to attract your ideal client. And so it starts with module 1. Okay, in module 1, we learned about the why. We discovered your why, which was to give you clarity so that you understand how you think, what you bring to the table, what you believe. And so we started with why, and then also in module 1 we talked about how you bring the why to the life, how you bring your why to the world, the way that you do it, what makes you special, what makes you unique, and that's your how. And then in module 2, which we started getting into the what it is that you do, because you can have many whats for your why. What I'm going to do after I go through the business bullseye here is I'm going to use me as the example, and I'm going to show you how I filled this out for myself and for my business. So we start with why you do what you do, then how you bring your why to life, then what it is you do, and based on the what, you need a vision for that what. You can have many what. So my why being to find a better way. That applies to my dental practice is a what. My 4D business is a what. My inventions are whats. So there's a lot of whats that are involved with my why. I'm not just a dentist, like you all are not just dentists. Barry was saying he's going to lecture tomorrow in Las Vegas. So he's a teacher. He's a coach. He may be involved with his other areas in his community. He's a father. So you have multiple whats for your why, but the what that we're going to be talking about is your dental practice. So you've got to have a vision for your dental practice, for that what, right? So that's module 2 is talking about your vision, what it is you're trying to create and what the vision is for that practice. And once you know what you're trying to create, what the vision is, that will tell you who you need, which will be module 3, who you need to create that vision. What type of patient do you need to create the dental practice that you want? And then lastly in module 3, we're going to learn about what that ideal patient wants. We're going to create an avatar. We're going to create a digital representation of that patient, who they are, and we're going to be able to sit down with them, have a conversation, and figure out what they want. So let me show you how this works for myself. Okay. A little water here. My why. My why is to find a better way and then share it. Okay. How I express my why, how I do my why is the same thing I've done my whole life. Everywhere I go, it's the same thing. I find a need or a problem. Then I study what others have done to solve that need or problem. Like in this case, I've studied what Simon did. I've studied what all the internet marketing gurus have done. Then I copy them until I can do it as good as they do. And then I find a better way to do it. And then I share that solution. And that's exactly what 4D Study Club is all about. I found a problem. How do I get more ideal new patients to my practice? I went out and I started studying what everybody else had done. I started learning from all the gurus. I started reading books from John Assaraf, from Simon Sinek. I copied what they did. I took what they did and I implemented it into my practice just the way they did. And then I found a better way to do it. I thought, well, if we can do it this way, this is an even better way. and now I'm sharing that with you all in this study club. So that's how I do my why. Then the what is having a cosmetic restorative sedation dentist or sedation practice. That also applies to any of my other businesses, the 4D, the health chair, any of the other things that I have. And then my vision for that what is, we picture a world where our patients have great teeth and a better life. That's our vision for our practice. That's where we want to go. Any questions on this? Does that make sense to everybody? I will look over here. I don't want to move forward because this is really the crux of exactly what we're going to be doing in modules 1, what we did in 1, what we're going to be doing finishing in 2, and what we're going to be doing in 3. Okay, everybody got it? I will move forward. This was fascinating last night as well to Simon, because like I told you, we took the golden circle, which is just the why, how, and what, and then expanded that out to actually make it useful to be able to market to that person that's looking for you. And you need the vision, the who, and the want to be able to do that. And so he really liked that. It really made a lot of sense to him, what we were doing. So, all right, let's get into it. Define your what you want to create. We talked about when what you do is in line with why you do what you do and how you want to express it, you will have passion. You have to have passion. If you don't have passion, you don't have anything, because passion is the fuel that gives you the energy to pursue your dreams. If you don't have energy, if you're not fired up about what you're doing, then it's not going to happen. So you got to understand where passion comes from. And passion comes from having what you do be in line with why you do it and how you want to express it. And that probably means a lot more to all of you now that you've done your why. Now that you've seen this in action, you've seen what your why is, you see how you express it, and you know that what you're doing now is right in line with why you do what you do. So passion is the fuel that gives you the energy to pursue your dreams, but passion is meaningless without vision. If you're running around excited, if you're running around with lots of energy, but you're not going anywhere, you're not doing anything, then passion would be meaningless without vision. So you've got to have vision. That's what this is all about. You've got to have vision. And you need the vision, like we talked about last time. Let me see, this question just came in. You need to have a vision because we talked about the reticular activating system. That part of your brain, that group of cells in your brain that filter out everything that comes in, all of your senses. So the reticular activating system, or the RAS, it's that part of the brain that filters all the incoming information from your eyes, from your nose, from your taste, from your touch, from your hearing, all the senses. Everything comes through the reticular activating system, and it lets through what you tell it is important. So it's responsible for identifying information we tell it is important. Like we talked about, if you're in a room full of lots of noise and lots of people and you're having a conversation with somebody, you can filter out their voice from all the other stuff that's coming in. You tell it that's not important, talking with this person is important. Or you can be in a room with a lot of noise going on and you'll hear somebody say your name in another part of the room, and right away you catch on to it because your reticular activating system is clued into your own name. Or when you go out and you buy a car, suddenly you see that car everywhere where you didn't even notice it before. So your reticular activating system is responsible for identifying information we tell it is important. So what we need to do is to create a very specific picture of our vision in our conscious mind. And then the reticular activating system will then pass this on to our subconscious, which will then help us achieve the goal. And the way it does this is by bringing our attention to all the relevant information which otherwise might have remained as background noise. So what that means is when you have that clear picture of what it is you want to create, your reticular activating system will go to work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, finding all those things that you need to be able to create that vision. You'll start to see them. Even though they were already there, you might not have noticed them. They would have remained background noise. But since you've trained your reticular activating system to what it is you want, you will start to see all these things. The right patients, all the right stuff will start to happen for you, and you'll see it. I can't wait to hear from everybody as this starts to happen, because that's when things really took off for us. When we got our vision and created our vision board, because that trained the reticular activating system, not just me, but every one of our team members, to be able to find all the things that we need to create the practice of our dreams. And so here's another thing I want to quickly throw out there. I've heard from some of you, you've said, yes, I'm working on it. This weekend I'm going to spend some time working on my why and on the vision and all these things that were the process that we're going through. It's really important to do this as a team. It's not going to work for you to go into your home office on a weekend and start writing these things down and then bring them and then present them to your team. This has to be a group effort. This has to be something that you all do as a team so that everybody gets it, everybody sees it, everybody has a clear picture of it. You don't want to create your vision by yourself. You don't want to create your vision board by yourself. It's a team effort, because it's really your team that's going to make most of this happen for you. It's not you. It's your team. It's a group effort. And so don't try to do this by yourself. JJ says, an example of the RAS, the E. Cummings poem about the ketchup bottle. You shake and shake, out comes a little, then a lot. You load the RAS first and then see the results afterwards. Great point. That is a great point. So, vision. We've broken the vision up into two parts. The vision headline, which is how your what makes the world a better place. And we would say we want to have your vision headline in 12 words or less, around 12 words. Because Steve Jobs says, if you can't tell me what you do in 12 words or less, I'm not interested, I don't care, I'm not buying. And so we want to have a quick, concise headline of what it is you're trying to create. I picture a world where, right? And then we also have your vision detail. And the vision detail is the detail of your vision. It's breaking your vision down into the areas of your practice, such as business, marketing, physical plant, hygiene, doctors and assistant, technology, and front office, and then creating what you want for each of those areas, making it more manageable, putting it into a picture that you can see. And so here are some examples. One last thing. Does anybody have any questions on the RAS, the reticular activating system? Does that make sense to everybody? Are you following that? Because it's really important to know how the brain works and how things start to manifest themselves. Because when you start to think about things, when you start to be able to picture, when your reticular activating system is trained correctly, trained for what you want, then those things will start to happen. Then you'll start to see all the cars just like you bought. The same thing will happen in your practice. You'll start to see all the right stuff to make that vision come true. And so I haven't seen any questions. I'm going to assume you all are experts at the RAS, and I'll be able to quiz you at the end of today, and you'll know everything you need to know about it. But if you have questions and I'm not answering them, or you don't want to come on and ask the question, you can always do something just like go to YouTube and look up reticular activating system, and you'll see a lot of videos there on other people describing, John Assaraf, for example, describing the reticular activating system. So that's another possibility for you if you don't want to come on tonight and ask a question. So here are some examples of vision headlines. We picture a world where healthy people have great teeth and a better life. Or we picture a world where happy people have straight teeth and a better life. We picture a world where everyday people chew comfortably with all their teeth, maybe for an implant dentist. We picture a world where having a beautiful smile, a comfortable bite, and great oral health is simple. Right, Andrea? So your vision headline will start with, we picture a world where. And so I know a lot of you, there's a lot of people that have already put theirs together. A lot of you have already put yours together and done a great job with it. That fourth one there is Andrea. So as we get all of these, I'd like to share them with everybody, because it helps to understand what it is you're trying to do, what you're trying to create, the type of practice that you want to build. But it all starts with your vision headline. And so, any questions on the vision headline? I don't think I see any here. What would be an example of a vision headline for an oral surgeon? Kevin, I am going to see where you are. You don't have a camera, do you? I would like to know the world that you picture. How does your oral surgery practice, I don't know what type of oral surgeon practice you have, how does it make the world a better place? What are the ways that what is the world you picture your business making? How does it make the world a better place? Are you able to answer that in the question or in a chat? Can we modify the vision over time? Can it change as we change? Definitely. Definitely you can change it over time, and it will. Sorry, no camera. Yeah, it definitely will change, especially as you reach where you want to go. You'll start to see somewhere else that you're trying to get to, or maybe it's always a growth process. You know, as you're going in that direction, you may say, you know, this isn't exactly what I thought I wanted, and you'll tweak it a little bit. But that's fine. Kevin says, the oral surgeon I work for feels she is able to help patients by providing a caring, nurturing surgical experience with comforting aftercare. So it's going to be a little challenging without her here, because I would like to know her why. Do you know her why? And do you know how she feels? We really kind of need to talk with her on that. It helps provide patients a caring, nurturing surgical experience with comforting aftercare. What does the oral, I guess, is she just doing typical oral surgery? Is she doing anything special? Like, I need to know more about what it is that she does, so we know how she pictures the world. A world where people can have oral surgery. I need a little bit more. She says she wants to take fear and anxiety away for patients who have to undergo surgery. So she pictures a world where patients, and you know what, anyone else can chime in on this, is she says she wants to take the fear and anxiety away for patients who want to undergo surgery. So over in the chat area, feel free to throw out some vision headlines, because I know a lot of you are very good at this, just as well as I am. Andrea, throw one out there for us. You can put it into the chat area, or anybody. Just what do you think would be a good vision headline for an oral surgery practice that wants to take the fear and anxiety away for patients who have to undergo surgery? Head over to the chat area and throw up what you all think, because that would be very valuable. See, I'm sure she pictures a world I would love to talk with her. Yeah, that's excellent. If everybody's over in the chat area, you can see Andrea just came up with one. Yeah, we picture a world where patients get the surgical care they need with gentleness and compassion. I like that. Where my patients thank us for having gentle and pain-free surgery. Good. Seems that she focuses on the removal of impacted teeth. Good. Seems that her real customers are the referring dentists and orthodontists. Ah, so that adds a little twist to it. She pictures a world where general dentists can refer challenging where referring dentists can comfortably send patients to, let's see, I'm going to keep reading what you guys have. Where my referring doctor thank us for taking great care of their patients. Yeah, we picture a world where the fear and anxiety of dental surgery is eliminated. Excellent. Excellent. Or they want, deserve. Let's see. Our patients thank us for having gentle and pain-free surgery. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, this is exactly where we want to go with this. We picture a world where oral surgery is a pain-free experience for all ages. Yeah. And so I guess that's a great question, Kevin, because as it applies to the referring dentists, she's picturing a world where dentists can refer to her and feel comfortable knowing that their patient will be well treated, will have a pain-free experience, will have an anxiety-free experience, and great aftercare. So now we can just take that and shorten that into just a 12-word or so statement, and I think you got it. Excellent. Thanks for the help, everybody. Barry, Doug, Kevin, or Andrea, Carla. Okay, so now once you have your vision headline, then you break your business down into the different areas that we've got here: business, marketing, physical plant, hygiene, doctor assistants, technology, front office, and then you create the detail within each of those areas. So for example, in business, give us the details of your business, the production you want, the collections you want, the new patients you want, working days, budget numbers, team bonuses, all those things that are involved in the business aspect of your practice. You want to write those down. Same thing with marketing, the type of marketing. You want to do print, web, radio, billboard, signage, internal, internet. It's funny, the only one I left off of there is internet, which is what we're talking about. Physical plant. Do you want new office? Do you want to upgrade your office? New equipment? You want to be real specific on what you want in each one of these areas, so you're training that reticular activating system on what it is you want. Hygiene. Do you want, what's your production? What are the goals you have? What new courses do you want to take? What new equipment do you want? What new personnel do you need? Doctors and assistants. What are the courses you want to take? Study clubs, associations, goals, new equipment, mentors, all that kind of stuff. Technology. Do you want to upgrade your technology? Do you need to replace it? Do you need new technology? Front office. What are the personnel that you need there? What kind of equipment do you need? And so when you're doing this, like I said earlier, you don't want to just go in your own office by yourself and sit down and start writing this. You want this to be more of a brainstorming session. You want to have it up on your whiteboard or wherever you do your work with your team. And you want to talk about this because it's important for you all to know what's going on. My team knows all of our numbers. They know what we produce, what we collect. They know all of we go through it every once a month when we have them. All of our budget numbers. We go through all that kind of stuff with them. So it's all out in the open. So as far as doing this on your own, it won't work very well. So you got to get together as a group and go through all of these areas and create detailed descriptions of what you want, what you're looking for. And then you're going to take that. See, so that's what we did when we went through our training with Schuster. And we created our vision, very detailed vision, put it in a story, and put it in our book, with our policies and systems. And so it sat in the drawer where we have all of that. And it wasn't very effective because we didn't ever look at it. We didn't use it like we needed to. It was kind of a static vision. And so that's why you need to create a vision board. And I know some of you have already, and I'm so happy for you. And I've seen pictures of your vision boards, and I've seen pictures of the vision boards you're going to create. And I'm so excited to hear how it's going to work for you. But your vision board is a visual representation of what you want, where you want to go. And we use our vision board to program our reticular activating system on the things that we want. That's the purpose of it, to train your reticular activating system and keep it fresh in the minds of your and your team's reticular activating system all the time. So it's not in a drawer, it's up on a wall, it's in picture form. You can remember pictures much better than you can remember a lot of text. You forget text, you remember pictures. So that's the point of it. And so here's the vision board that we talked about. You can create your own structure if you want. There's lots of different variations that you'll see if you look on the internet on a vision board. I know this works. I know this is simple. I know this is easy to do, and that's why I'm suggesting it. But if you look around, you can see some other types of vision boards. I would suggest you start with this for now, and then if you want to try something different, you can. But as you've taken the vision detail, you create the business card, not business cards, cue cards of what you wrote down in each of those areas, and you put them up on your vision board. I'm going to show you my vision board again here in a minute. You put it up in each of those areas first as a little card, an index card, and then you're going to go back and change those index cards into pictures that represent what it is that you want. So if it's new computers, you'll have a picture of a bunch of computers. If it's a new roof for your building, you would have a roof out there. If it's new paint, you could see paint. If it's a new team member, if it's a new course, whatever it is, you're going to have a picture of that. And so then we talked about on the right there, you're going to have your successes. And as you reach your vision in those different areas, you're going to take them off the board and you're going to put them under the successes. And soon that success area is going to become huge, like you're going to see on ours. Let me show you. This is ours. And why I'm showing you this is because it will always be in different states of, it will never look perfect. Because once you finally get it up there, you're going to start completing things. You're going to start pulling stuff off and putting it over in the success area fairly rapidly. And so then you're going to probably add some new things. And when you add, you're going to add it first as an index card and then as a photo. So it's constantly in flux. Your vision board is where you want to be 1 year from today. And you update it every 3 months. So it's where you want to be 1 year from today. That's what you want to have on there. Not 10-year goals, 1-year goals. And you update it every 3 months. We had our staff retreat a couple weeks ago, so we have some new things up on our vision board. So I just took these pictures yesterday, and I'm going to blow them up a little bit so that you can see what we have in these different areas. It doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to be pretty, but it just needs to be effective, and it needs to be up on your board. And so I think you can see these. So like when we look in the doctors area, doctors and assistants, we wanted some new videos, so we have that video camera up on the board. We wanted to, my brother's going to take a Botox course, so there's a picture of the Botox. That's been up there for a little while because he's wanted to do that for a little while. We've got a 6-month Smiles Advanced course. I want to go take a 6-month Smiles Advanced course, so that's up there. And there's a couple other things, new photographs. When we go to the front office area, we want to have a welcome video. We're creating a new video that we send out to clients or prospective clients when they call us that talk about our, we're going to email them this video. We also have under the business area, we want to go to the Chicago Midwinter meeting together. You see the $2 million, you know, you've got, what the heck is his name? Dr. Evil. We have Dr. Evil up there with $1 million, so we've got $2 million up there. Whatever picture you can put up there that has meaning to you that you'll remember, that's what you're going to want to put up there. And so we've also got, you know, in our hygiene department, we're going to take revamp our hygiene department to create a more profitable hygiene center. We wanted new instruments for them. In our marketing, we're going to be doing some new videos. We're going to be getting these gift bags that we're going to give to after we do a preclinical, we're going to give them a gift bag with some things from our office. Different new patient forms, different new patient folders for their ROFs. All the different things, you know, under technology and software, we're going to get iPads for signing in. We just revamped all of our technology and software, so we don't need a whole lot. We just did that. Our physical plant, same thing. We need a new phone system. We need some cabinets and some stuff like that. But we just did a lot of that. But what's up on the board is what we still have yet to accomplish. That's coming. Successes. See. So now this is a picture of the successes on our board, and it just goes on and on. There's got to be 100 of them on there. Everything from getting a new camera to getting new chairs to signing up for the state convention to getting new instruments for our team. Whatever it is that was on the board that has now been done, that we've accomplished, moves over into the success area. And it gets exciting for everybody when you look at that and you realize how much we have accomplished. You're going to have the same thing. Stuff that you need to get done to create the practice of your dreams will start to happen faster and faster once you get your vision board up. Once you see it, once everybody's reticular activating system is tuned into what you're trying to create, it just starts to happen. It's going to be fun for you. I can't wait to see a picture of all of your success areas because it just grows really fast. Yes, Doug, you can share this with your management consultant. Oh, there's a couple questions I think I've missed here. Why would a team from Albuquerque want to travel a snowy Midwest in the middle of winter? Barry, our dental convention is coming up in a couple of weeks, and our dental convention is so small. You know, the booths are just little 10 by 10 booths, and it's not like experiencing Chicago and the Chicago Midwinter meeting, because that's for a couple of years I've gone to all the different meetings, and to me the one in Chicago is the best one. Yes, the weather's terrible, but Chicago is such a fun place, and that's a great meeting, and you get to see all the latest, greatest new stuff. And I'm a gadget person. I'm always looking for a better way, so for me it's perfect. Isn't it great that our vision excites us? Not just words, but something we can taste, see, feel, etc. Let's see. Yeah, isn't it great that our vision excites us? Not just words, but something we can taste, see, feel, etc. Exactly. Exactly. And you're going to be the ones that pick the pictures that are going to go on your vision board, so they're going to have meaning to your group. And as you, what we did is we assigned different areas to different team members, and they brought in pictures to represent those and told us why they picked those particular pictures. I mean, some of them are obvious, but they went out. The easiest way to do this, by the way, is to just go to Google and search for the images in Google for what it is you want, and you'll see all kinds of different pictures, and you can pick out the one you want. I know in the past I recommend you go to magazines and cut it out of magazines, but man, that takes a long time. And using a nice color printer with Google makes it so much easier, so much quicker for everybody, because you're going to have a lot of them to do. So that was our vision board, The next thing, any questions on vision board? He wants to freeze this. Yeah, is there any questions at all that I can answer on vision board? We got just a couple of minutes. I'm going to bring in our special guest here, but if there's anything, I know some of you are putting yours up. I've seen the pictures. Those of you that are not yet, that's okay. Just start working towards that. Definitely get your vision headline first. Somebody asked me a question today about getting their vision board up before they had their vision headline and their vision done. Doesn't make any sense because that's where it all comes from. Remember, it's the application of the information in the right sequence that yields the results. So just follow the process step by step by step, and it'll all come together for you. I wouldn't try to jump ahead because you won't really know what to put up on your vision board if you haven't done your vision. Okay, so I was intimidated initially, but this seems like a lot of fun and relatively. It is easy. It is easy, Barry. It's not scary. It's fun. Do it in your team meeting. It's a group thing. You sitting in your room by yourself, yeah, that's not much fun. You working with your team, creating this, getting excited about it, that's where the fun comes. That's what makes this. It's open communication. It's not some hidden agenda that you came up with your spouse in your office at your house. This is what you as a team are going to create. It brings everybody in. It brings everybody together. It makes it fun. It makes it exciting, and it makes it happen. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. If you're the only one who knows where you're trying to go, if you're the only one who knows your vision, it isn't going to happen. I'm nothing without my team. My team is really what makes me. They tell me where to go. I just kind of wander around my office, and they tell me where to go. They know as much about this or more than I do. So you're going to have an empowered, you already know who you have on your team because you know their whys, you know their hows, you know you got the right people to move confidently and quickly in the direction of your vision. And so now you're creating the vision for that. The last thing I want to get to real quickly is, as good as your vision board is, it will also become kind of, you'll need a way to keep it fresh. Let me put it that way. You'll need a way to keep it in the minds of your team because they're going to walk by it so many times that you have to have a way to keep it going, keep it fresh, keep it exciting, keep it new. And the way you're going to do that is with vision cards. So you're going to take what you have on your vision board and you're going to create little cards, index cards like you see right there. Those are the ones from my office. And you're going to create a statement for each one of the things that you want to manifest from your vision board. And we have a pile of them just like this. And each morning, every team member gets one of those cards. And every morning, we read that vision card to the group. So we go around the room. It takes maybe 20 seconds. We go around the room and we read what's on that card, and that keeps it right in the minds. It keeps our reticular activating system focused on where we're trying to go, and this will make things happen even faster. Here's an example of one. We attract patients that believe what we believe. You can do it with just the writing, or you can also add pictures to it to have even more meaning. Our first go around, we just had writing, like you saw there. In our next go around, we'll probably have pictures on it like this, so it will not only impress the words but the pictures. But these cards came directly from your vision board. And every morning, whoever leads your morning huddle hands them out to one to each person in your team. And we go around the room and read them. And that keeps it fresh. There's no getting around it. Your vision will be, and where you want to go will be just right in your brain, right in your reticular activating system. You can't, there's no way to forget it. Because, think about when you have a team meeting. And then the next week you have another team meeting. You can't even remember what the heck you talked about the week before. I know I can't. We just had a 2-day staff retreat, and I couldn't hardly remember even what we talked about. And I don't know if that's because I'm getting older or what it is, but I couldn't hardly remember. Luckily, we had our office manager put it all down in sequence for us. But if you don't keep it fresh, it fades away. A fuzzy reticular activating system does not get you results. A clear, crisp picture that you've trained in your reticular activating system is what's going to get you results. And that's what these vision cards are all about. Any questions on those? I'm going to touch more about that again on the next call, because I know the next meeting, because I know a lot of you are just now getting to your vision boards, and so it'll make more sense to you next time when I talk about it, when you have your vision board up, because I know a lot of you are working on that. So if you have any questions, feel free to hit me with them, because this is exciting stuff, fun stuff. This is where you really start to see things happen. It's going to be a blast for you and your team. I know, Andrea, you're doing this, and you're way ahead. You're right on track with me, and I'm looking forward to your feedback next meeting. So I have a guest I'm bringing on. If he is here, let me see. I'm going to assume you are the guest. I hope all of that made sense to everybody. I think it will as you go through the process. But I want to get to our special guest. Our special guest is one of my partners. His name is Ridgely Goldsboro. You've met him before, and the reason I'm going to try to get him on here as much as I can, because it is a treat for us to have him. He lectures all over the world to large audiences. I know he just got off the phone now. He was doing a webinar down in Peru. He speaks very fluently in English and Spanish. He's even bigger in the Latin markets. But he is my partner, one of my partners, and we're blessed to have him. And whenever I can get him, whenever he has time to be on the call, I want to get him on the call, because he speaks on not only internet marketing, but personal growth. He's written, like I said, 10 books. He's been on various subjects. He's been responsible for millions and millions of dollars of revenue using the internet. Tonight he's going to talk about laying the foundation for your business. One brick at a time builds a castle. And I hope this is you, because you didn't put your name in. Let's see. That is Ridgely. Hey, you didn't put your name on there.
I did.
I wasn't sure.
I typed it. Oh, okay. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you. I hope everybody can. You're coming in clear on my computer. So, Ridgely, okay, thanks for joining us. I know you were just on a call, right? Uh-oh.
Yeah, we had 200 business owners in all over Peru, mostly in Lima. And we were speaking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Barely, you're kind of coming, you're a little choppy. You're a little choppy.
Okay, what I can do, what differently to make this better? I'm using the microphone that worked last time. You want me to come out and come back in?
Try it. Go ahead and come out and come back in, and we'll try it. Because you were just on with 2,000 people.
Do that 1 second. All right, coming off and come back. I know, one.
Okay. Well, that's scary. I didn't want to be that large on the screen. Come back in before. Let me see here. So, so everybody he was kind of lagging behind for everybody. Let me see here. I apologize. I wish we had could predict. Yeah, but Ridgely, he speaks to in the Hispanic or the Latin market. He is one of the top keynote speakers, top 2 or 3 keynote speakers, and working now with lots of really large organizations down in Peru, soon to be Ecuador, as well as Argentina, to help them build their internet marketing strategies to work better in the US as well as in their own countries. And so it's quite an exciting project. But I was able to sneak him away for the last 15 minutes, hoping that he would be able to talk with all of us, because, like I said, when I can get him, I sure want to. But I don't see him anywhere. He lives in Pensacola, Florida, so he's right on the water there now, and maybe they just don't have good internet there. Well, while I'm waiting for him, we'll continue a little bit with the our next meeting. Okay, our next meeting is going to be Wednesday, June 4th. You should have, I sent you all of the meetings. So it's Wednesday, June 4th at 8:30 Eastern Time. So your homework, create your vision, get your vision headline and your vision detail done, create your vision board. I'm almost thinking let's just go with creating your vision board, except I know some of you are already there. If you can, create, you're right, June 4th is a Monday. Create your vision cards. So I'd love to have all of that done by our next meeting on Monday, June 4th. Not Wednesday, Monday, June 4th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So while we're waiting for Ridgely to show up, I don't know where he went. Are there any questions? Is there anything I can answer about vision cards, about vision boards? You all understand, I'm sure, that the whole point of this is to keep it fresh in your reticular activating system, keep it clear, don't want any fuzziness, you want to know where you're going, because that's when things start to happen for you. That's when things started to happen for us at our practice. You won't be going back and forth, wondering, veering off of your vision, because you'll know exactly where it is you're going. Ridgely has disappeared. I don't know what to tell you. He was supposed to be, he was on here. Must be something in Pensacola. I just don't see him. I do not see him. One of these meetings, I'm going to bring some of my team members on so that you can get another opinion. So it's not just what I'm saying and what you'll hear from them, how this process has worked, what they see, how it's impacted our practice, how it's impacted them personally, and how it's impacted how they feel about what they're doing and their value, and how important they know they are now, all the way down from every team member. They just see their value, and it's been wonderful. I don't think we're going to get Ridgely. I don't see him jumping back on here. So, questions? Yes? Barry says, how do you balance your vision with your pocketbook? Great question. I mean, there has to be some common sense, because obviously we can't do everything at once. But dream big, Barry. If you don't, okay. I just got a little thing telling me that Ridgely's internet must be down, so I guess we're not going to have him tonight. But let me answer some of these questions, because that's a great question. But the other way to think about it, Barry, is you've got to dream big. If you don't create a vision that's bold, if you don't create something that's exciting, if it isn't bold, it won't be exciting. If you don't create something, if you don't picture something big, people won't get excited about it, and it'll just be, all right. Make it something that you guys really, and you can do this as a team. You need to do it as a team. But we, for example, in our situation, we wanted to revamp all of the technology in our practice. And we couldn't just do it all at once. We had to save for it until we could do it. Are you back, Ridgely?
I hope. I try. I mean, it's okay. We can talk. We can do webinars in Peru, but I can't get on in America. Okay, go figure.
Okay, I'm gonna let you talk for a minute because I know we're a little bit behind. So I'm gonna let you just start and see how it goes.
Just make sure that I'm coming through. Can somebody let me know that you can hear me? Anyway, we're clear. Excellent. I just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about this concept of brick by brick. Still saying it's coming through choppy. Okay, I don't really know what to do. I live in this third world country called Northwestern Florida. Some people refer to it as LA or Lower Alabama. So we will a little bit about this concept of laying a foundation brick by brick and how important is it. And I wanted to use the analogy of the winter and the spring. So the first great lesson of life is, I've got a book here that I really want to read just one paragraph from you guys. Not only in the winter of cold and wind and ice and snow, but the human winters of despair and loneliness or disappointment or tragedy. It is winter when prayers go unanswered, or when the acts of our children leave us shaken and stunned. It is winter when the economy turns against us, or when creditors come after us. It is winter when competition threatens, or when a friend takes advantage. Winter comes in many forms and at any time, both to the planter of crops as well as to the person in business, or even to our personal lives. And I think that applies to everybody that's on the line. We all know that. We know that periodically we're going to go through periods of winter. And here's the really cool thing. The wonderful piece about this is that winter never fails to turn into spring. And spring will always come. So what is spring? Spring is the season for entering the fertile fields of life with seed, knowledge, commitment, and determined effort, not a time nor ponder the possibility of failure. Foolish is the one who would allow springtime to pass while dwelling upon the memory of the successful crop of last fall, or the failure to reap last fall in spite of the massive efforts of the last spring. What's interesting to me is that line hopefully is planting lots and lots of seeds, learning your why, finding out how that why is expressed, bringing the team members to the experience, creating our seeds that are being planted for the harvest that then comes in the fall. Do these seeds guarantee that success is imminent? No, they don't. However, the failure to plant these seeds guarantees that there will be no possibility of success. It says here, springtime will to plant nor. So when it comes to building foundation, they know all of their ways and they can come together and support each other. That is so super important. And by the way, this is, thank you for asking, Patrick, this is one of my favorite books of all time from my personal mentor, Jim Rohn, called The Seasons of Life. It is a very short book. It is totally worth getting. And it was my privilege to travel with all around Latin America. I'm actually Jim Rohn's voice in South America, and he is an amazing, amazing guy. He goes on, I've got a couple more notes here for everybody. Goes on to say, to take full advantage of the spring, rid your soil of the weeds and rocks as the opinions of those around you in the form of worry, doubt, or pessimism. Everybody that's on this line that has had a chance to listen to Gary Sanchez talk about his success and how big of an influence this why work has had on our company absolutely knows that what we're talking about works. weeds out of our brain of doubt and keep going down the path of cultivating our garden, which is knowing who our people is, who our people are, building an incredible team, finding out what that we can build our practice on. Listen not to the bearers of discouraging words, those who would have you rest with them during the work season of spring. All those people who are not on this line and who are doing nothing to build their practice, as opposed to you who are taking your valuable time and learning some very, very cutting edge that will help you when it comes to that as we sow, so shall we also reap. So inactivity, reap an empty storehouse. Choose to procrastinate, and surely an infant giant will grow to become a monster, rendering your future action ineffective. So I want to say congratulations to everybody with us tonight who's listening in and who's taking the time to say, you know what, this Gary Sanchez guy, he may be onto something and I need to check it out. Maybe at the end of listening to everything, I'll agree with some of it and not with all of it. But at the very least, I'm going to be a seeker. I'm going to be someone who plants more seeds in the becomes my business, that becomes my practice, so that when it comes time for the harvest, I will have given myself the best possible chance to succeed. Notice that it may be, what we do know is that the failure to plant seeds does give us a 100% guarantee of no harvest whatsoever. Jim Rohn goes on to say, the act of planting during the warm breezes of spring requires that we exert the pain of human discipline. Catch this, guys. This is deep. I love this. We exert the pain of human discipline, the greater pain of regret. So what do we want? The small pain of discipline, of doing things, of being up late on this study club, learning something new, and implementing new things in our practice, or the much greater pain of regret. The difference, Jim Rohn says, is that the pain of discipline weighs ounces, and the pain of regret weighs tons. We must either plant during the springtime of life or beg where we want to be in, particularly especially knowing that everyone on this line is doing something very innovative, very cutting edge, very pioneering, if you will, and I commend all of you for that. Let me kind of close on you on a Future Club. Each day is given to us as every weekly meeting, every opportunity to learn something new, to commend somebody for expressing their why, their unique gift in your office, to smile at them when they need it. Every single day gives us a season of spring. The thoughts, deeds, dreams, and efforts of today provide tomorrow's harvest. Everything that you're doing this day is to delay our better future. I love that. Let me just repeat that. To neglect the opportunity given to us this day is to delay lives is called today. Wow, love that. There will be no better day, no better opportunity, no to your better future. Today's procrastination will surely be tomorrow's regret. Again, I encourage anybody that wants it to pick up The Seasons of Life by Jim. And you get that at jimrohn.com. So is looking for a better way, trying to find that can be applied into your practice that will benefit you going forward. And I celebrate you. I commend you. I encourage you to keep on going. Also let you know, obviously, that if anybody needs extra help, they can contact us, and we look for this with tons of ideal, loyal clients. And Gary, thanks so much for the opportunity to join you this evening.
Hey, Rich, thanks for being on, man. Next time we'll figure out a way to get the technology a little bit better. But I appreciate you spending the time with us, taking the time, and that's an awesome message, because we are, everybody is now planting the seeds, and that's a good thing to be thinking about. Thanks, Ridge.
My pleasure, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. I know we're 9 minutes over. Next meeting, Wednesday, June 4th. No. Monday, June 4th. That's a typo. At 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You should all have this on your calendars. Create your vision. I want to see your vision headline, your vision detail. And I want you to have created your vision board. If you need any help with any of that, feel free to contact us, and then start using your vision cards. And you're going to start seeing things just start happening faster and faster and faster, because you've got a great team. You know who you have with you. It's all set up. Everything's ready to go. So, again, I apologize for going a little bit over. Is there any final questions I don't see? I will see all of you on Monday, June 4th. Have a good holiday weekend. I'll be running with 56,000 other people in Boulder. And I look forward to talking to you all on the 4th. Again, support at 4ddentistry.com if you have any problems or questions. Thanks for being on tonight.